Hey everyone, what's going on? Joey here. You're probably deciding whether or not you want to put these permanent lights on your roof, but you probably looked at the price and went, oh my God, what is happening here? Today I bought it and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to my roof, how to install it, the pluses, the minuses, the prices, where to get it cheaper. And this is just an honest video. If I hate it, I'm going to be honest with you. This is just going to be something we're going to try together. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Usually I do a lot of projects, including the epoxy for my floor. We do all these kind of videos, and this is one of them. And I'm going to get right to the point. You're probably looking at the price of these things and seeing them upwards of $500. This one is the Pro set, and it's 100 feet, and it's the black version. There's so many different kinds. You've got the regular ones. The Pro versions come with where you can actually control every independent light. There's newer Pro versions, which like these ones are brighter, gives you a brighter whites and things like that. So this is the latest one for 2025. Let's go ahead and show you what's inside the box, how much I paid for it, and where you can get it the cheapest. Sam's Club. I'm on to Sam's Club. This right here was $339 at Sam's Club. 100 feet, and it's the Pro. Something to keep in mind is you can buy extensions for this also at Sam's Club. I think they're 16 feet. Remember, once you hit 200, you have to buy the extra adapter. But right now, let's go ahead and take everything out of the box and go over what we got here. So let's play what's inside this box. As a reminder, this is 2025. I say this because every year they have something different for a house out here. Well, make sure you grab the right one. This is what this house looks like. So this is the front. This is the back, so at least you know. So let's open it up and go over what's inside. Now, from what I read online, you get a lot of different stuff. You've got the string lights, which are broken down into 6 different pieces. You've got the extension cables. You've got other extension cables, wire cutters. You got tape. You got screws. You get the stickers for the back, a control box, an adapter, and then I think some other thing is in here. But this is how it comes, okay? A few things are sliding out. This actually tells you how to slice everything up, how to wire it so that it's good for your house. Good thing about this is that literally you can tailor it to your house, cut it down into shape, and then you're good to go. And then they've got YouTube and things that you can go online and watch videos, so that way you're in the know. For my case, I went outside and measured everything in advance. So these boxes, the first 2, these are your physical lights. Okay, like I said, you've got multiples. Just take them out of the box, and you'll see them. They actually have a nicely put together for you, and they already have the tape on the back. These tapes I like to use as a temporary system, so then that way when you're ready to finally screw them in, you're good to go. Some people just leave the tape on as is. I'm probably going to tape them first, see if I like them or not, and then kind of roll it that way. For the 2025 version, you'll notice that the face is a little bit different. One big white one in the middle, and then looks like 6 around it. That's why it is brighter. The lumens are much stronger. You'll see that there's 2 of them that comes in each box. Remember, I said there was 4 together, but then you could slice them and make them in any size. I like laying them out because we're going to have to do some surgery here. Cut off the ends and make them to fit the size that you need. In my case, I'm going to go straight over my garage, then slice it, have an extension that goes all the way over that's just going to be blank to the other side of my house. So right now, let's slice them and get them moving. And to correct myself a little bit, there's actually 6 in each box. So I had them just out in the garage, still together. And yeah, now we're going to go for the accessories, which is a combination of a few different things. There are extra parts you could buy for things online, so keep that in mind. This bag is a bunch of screws and different kinds of hooks. Nothing really to look at. Here is what you're going to plug it into. I'm going to run it from my garage in the corner there to go up my garage, then blank over towards my front door. I'll do more lights. Because you want to keep this continuously, I'm going to have to, go backwards with a blank space to go up my gutter, then to get to my other side of my house, in which then we'll continue with the roof, go to the peaks, and then end it out. But this is the adapter. It's actually pretty long. Obviously, this looks like this can go probably 10 to 15 feet, which is perfect. It'll get me all the way up to my gutter over here so we can get it started, which is how we're going to start off this video. But I'll lay it out just for now. Part of me feels like someone may have bought this one and returned it. But this is one of the adapters. I believe if I read it correctly, this one is 12 feet. I'll tell you. It's 11 feet, which means I'm probably going to need yet another adapter in order to get this to where it needs to go. And then these are the splicers, which are shorter ones. So smaller one, and then these ones are to cut down all those so they can fit the right size, which they only give you two, or there's more in here, it looks like. But these are all the hooks and things. So that works out really well. Funny thing is that as I'm recording this video, I'm slowly realizing I'm not gonna have enough to do my own house. Not lights, but extension cords. Because they only give you one of these. The older kits, they used to give you more. At least two of these ones. And I needed at least two of these 11 footers and then at least two 4 feet, which I think we have the two 4 feet back here. These look smaller than two 4 feet. So those ones are, I'll tell you here. Where is it at? Yeah, they're 4 feet. So I need one more of those. So just something to keep in mind. It means that today I'm only gonna be able to do the bottom half of my house. It is what it is. So the next thing we're going to start to do is look what we have and start mapping things out and then start slicing. Just so you know, we've got the long, this is the box, the control box, on and off. This is going to be on Wi-Fi, so we're going to set it up via the app. We've got the one, this is the 12 footer, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was actually 3 in each box. Turn around. These are the hooks and more stickers and screws. These are the splicers, which I'll probably only need a few of these anyway. Probably order one more to be safe. And then 2 of the 4 feet. And my goal is going to be to, I have an extension cord that goes to here because I've got cameras out here, but it's to essentially have that one I have out there to kind of come outside and go up my gutter and then make my lights go straight across that way. I am no expert in this, and then going out and measuring, because I thought we had more extension cords here, found out I definitely will not be able to finish the majority of this. First level, yes. Second level, I need to get at least 3 more extension cords. Or if I did a Y on the other side, 2. So it's like, a little frustrating, but at least we'll get done the first level. For now, I have my box going down here with the other one here. It's off for the moment. And then I ran it up behind one of my many security cameras and have it sitting up here. One thing to add, which they don't tell you online, is that this cannot be outside because it is not waterproof. Same as the power adapter. So the control box and power adapter, if you put it outside, you have to put it in a waterproof housing. If not, it will go bad. Telling you that right now. Even though they have this little thing here making it seem like it's waterproof, it is not. And I know that from reading every review online. Just keep that in mind. What I am doing now is laying out how much I'm going to need, and we're going to have to splice it, which from my calculations looks like it might have to be right here, in which we will install this there, and then we'll have an extra 5 feet to use for something else. So you've got only 2 sets of these. This one and the other one I showed you. Definitely not enough for what we're doing today. So that means I'm gonna have to order a lot of extra stuff. Installing these are actually quite easy, at least if you're doing it only via the tape, which I'm just doing it now as a temporary thing. On the back, WM tape. You'll make sure you have it measured out to the way that you want it. You make sure that this is not twisted in any way. This should be flat continuously. So if you see it not straight, twist it until it's finally straight. You find out that it's the same exact, inches, 2 inches, 3 inches from back here. I like it closer so you get that cool shape on your siding. And then once you find out exactly what you want and that this is straight, you then take the tape off and make sure it's flush. One thing to do, one second, look, there's one here. Press up. One thing to do before you actually consider doing these lights is clean your house. I know obviously there's a lot of random stuff on here. But the other day, I took my power washer and washed this all down so that this is clean enough so that the 3M can actually stay without it, you know, being stuck on spider webs or things like that. And it is fall. But look, it's on here. I'm shaking this thing, not going anywhere. And they're going to continue all the way down. We are halfway through, making sure they're the same out here. And yeah, almost to the end. What I'm going to do is, before I get to the very end, we'll start doing the splicing, and I'll show you a video on how to do that. I just want to get it up there now, plug her in, make sure everything hunky-dory, even though I tested it before I put it up. But we're doing good so far. I think we're doing good. This now gets us to the slicing and dicing part, where I got my last one here. Once I put it out, measured it out, it's 6 inches or 5 inches on this side, 6 over there. So it's an inch off a little bit. But when you slice these, they tell you to slice it exactly in the middle. The reason for that is because there's 18 inches between light and light. And I guess they want you to, if you were to cut maybe another one, you do exactly the same thing versus like maybe going long here and shorter there. We're going to attach this to an extension to begin with. So you're going to slice it right in the middle. And then they give you these housings. And these housings are pretty neat. Let me show you in the garage. So the older ways to do this would have been, you know, to cut the cable, cut it in half, get like electric tape, which I have in here somewhere. I promise you I do. My messy drawer stuff, electrical drawer, it is here. Slice it together, put it together. Over the years, they developed new things to where it's like little pieces you just snap together. In the case of this, these are smart lights because you could program them. So if you just slice them together, sure they'll light up, but they won't be programmed. That's where this thing comes in which you're gonna pull in the actual cable and then connect it to its desired location. And they're color coordinated, just like those clip-in ones I told you before. You got yellow, you get red, and you have got blue. So when you cut those cables, you pull open these tabs, you fish in the cable, then you lock it into place. And then you have to fish it through this piece, and then pull it through and then slice it in there. Just also, another thing, first of all, make sure you do put this in first. So I like to leave it like this, loose, push it through till it gets out to this part, fish it through, and then do that. And the other key thing is that when you're doing this, make sure you grab the right end because you've got a female and a male. Obviously, you got a male with its 3 prongs and a female. The female usually starts off the line, okay? Female starts off the line, the male ends it. So the quickest way to make sure you got the right end is if you actually just go out to your set that you're currently working on and you make sure that this matches. For example, this is my other end and this is the one that we're going to be slicing. Do they look the same? Yes. This is the right one. And so now I'm going to go up the ladder, slice it, fish it through, clip them in, and put it together. And then we'll be all set. And just like any carpenter or electrician will tell you, measure 3 times, cut once. So make sure that, yes, this is where you want to go. And you're going to measure it out and be halfway there. I have a measuring tape down there. I'm on a high ladder. But yes, to where it's going to get to the end. And then we're going to slice it on. So measure it 3 times, cut it once. And cutting tools, you can use whatever you want. Cutter and stripper all in one. So let's do it. Once you cut it, don't let this drop on the floor, it'll break the glass. So gently bring it down. And now, like we said before, first thing I'm going to do is fish it through with the cap loose. Push it through the hole. It's a waterproof cap, so it's kind of like that styrofoam in a way. So you really got to push it through. If you want, if it's too hard for you, you're going to push the cap through like that and then go for it until it comes out. Okay? Play it safe so it doesn't fall off while you're doing it. Tighten this all the way down. And now you're going to start slicing. See the 3 colors? Blue, yellow is in the middle, red on the end. So we're just going to slice that open just a little bit and then put it through the cap. Slicing it, guys, it's not a science. You just cut it down the middle. Try not to snap the other ones. Just a little bit. And then you can pry it back. And there you go. the blue one is already out. Just do it for all of them, and then you got to strip all those colors. So, and they are in their own individual housing, meaning if you cut one, there's still a piece in between it. So, I'm gonna go for the yellow now. And the red, just make it easier on myself so that they're all cut up. And now we take them out. I'll go red next, or maybe yellow. Oh, it doesn't really matter. So yellow, and then the red, which looks like the red's already stripped, which works out really nice for me. You're gonna wanna take out a decent amount because they gotta fit down through this hole in here. So, and I know there's an electrician probably watching this video saying, oh, you can't slice a zapper duder with the Zuma zapper because then it won't work. I'm not an electrician. I said this on an everyday Joey. So anyway, here we go. Sliced. We strip down half of it, and then we're gonna fish them through. So as the instruction says in the manual, make sure that this is on here correctly. I'm gonna do blue first. It's gonna go all the way down. Snap in, pull it to make sure it's in there tight. If it pulls out, then you need to fix it. Starting to spread a little bit. Try that again. Okay, that's not going anywhere. Then I'm gonna go yellow. Okay, and now red. Okay. Okay, they are tight. They're not going anywhere. Now, get the cap and make sure this part is loose. And I'm going to grab this and twist it together until it's tight, like so. Then you got the rubber housing. That's going to go back in there nice and firm. And then the other water house part. And boom. My suggestion would be to turn it on, make sure it works before you put that piece up there, and you have to rip it down. So we're going to turn it on and make sure it works. And so far, yeah, they're all working. We're going to add an extension onto the other one, to make sure that my handiwork over there worked well. And it did, because I get these on, and then you go down here, and those are on, and they match. So that means I can tack the last one up, put this in, and run the extension, and then finish up the first story. So far, I'm only using one set and like, what, barely only three lights, so doing good so far. So a little update into this video. I bought all those cables on Amazon. I spent about $25 per cable. The first three I bought didn't work. The next three I bought worked. So then I bought two more because I needed 5. And then someone said to me, why don't you reach out to the company? Makes no sense for them to sell this thing to you with not enough cables. Yeah, the company shipped me out 5 of them for free. And I mean it, like, for free at like 12 feet each. So now I get to save myself $25 a pop because I've got 3 here and here and here. And now install these ones on the roof. And then this project's gonna be done. This has been, by the way, 2 weeks because it takes a while to get this stuff in the mail. It took a while to get those ones in the mail. I mean, we spent a lot on that. So, and one other thing to keep in mind, always order things from people who price match things. I say that because remember what I told you what I paid for these lights? I got them at Sam's Club. Well, Sam's Club then had a major sale. They were $100 off, making them, I think it was like $130, $140, I forget whatever it was. They refunded me the money, and now I get refunded for this, and then I got those free cables. You gotta learn the system, folks. Joel keeps laughing, my wife. He goes, before you know it, it's gonna be almost free by the time you're done. Anyway, let's switch up these cables and finally finish. What I like about the Govee actual cables, they're so thin you can put them under everything. I mean, I'm running them up my gutter. You don't really see anything going all the way up until you get to the very top when they have to come out. Still can barely see it that much because of the dark color we have under it. But now it's officially done. Permanent light, quote unquote permanent. Hopefully this means I never go up here again to fix these lights. And so finally, man, the lights are up. I have a lightning effect on right now, purple lights, which then blink to kind of make it look like lightning. I have different sections that do it, and I can control every light. It goes across my entire house, and it looks sick. What do you guys think? My house is already probably the best in the neighborhood when it comes to Halloween and fall, but now with those lights, I think it's even better. Anyway, hopefully I was able to break down everything for you. This was over the course of a couple weeks, and I'm happy though, because I was able to price things differently, speak to Govee, gave you some hints where to get things. Now actually, Govee's selling these corner lights at Sam's Club for like, I think like 30 bucks or something weird like that. Though I've seen it cheaper on TikTok, I don't know. That aside, I'm gonna link everything down in the description of the video in case there's something that you want, and if you get it through me, I appreciate it. You know, the referrals, whatever the heck it's called. But thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully this was useful, whether you're looking at this at Christmas time or at Halloween, it's when I'm filming this video. I just hope that this was useful. Anyway, I got more DIY project videos on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, and I'll see you later.
Yeah.